Have you been doing your strength exercises or are you skipping those weight workouts? I'm going to give you a good reason to keep them in. And that's because 68% of your body weight is from your hip to your head. So during your run, holding this up is a lot of work. It takes strength. The good news is you really just need body weight, starting with just body weight strength. And then you can always go up, but keeping in some basic body weight strength really does make a difference in your run. And I know I'm a strength coach and I know a ton of exercises. And I always see like in the magazine, six moves for your runs, 6 moves. I'm going to give you 2. And if you'll do these 2, they're just a really nice, simple way to include some strength training in. If you've already been following along with RunRX, we have a really great warm-up that you can do before a run that includes a hip lift, glute bridge, which I highly encourage. I'm going to go a little bit further than that today. I'm going to give you 2 exercises. One is a squat, just a base squat. And I'm going to talk about it because I always see, hey, runners, you should lunge, you should step up, you should do single leg exercises, and you absolutely should. But we're going to start with the basic squat. And then I'm going to give you a plank exercise that's going to be helpful for your run. Runners love core strength. So I'm like, you definitely need core strength, but you really want to think about, I need full body strength because I want to be able to hold my body weight and balance. The big thing with running is I've got to balance my weight on my foot, and then I've got to be able to switch feet, right? So the strength comes from holding the line, can't move, right? My arms are relaxed, my feet are relaxed, I'm just pulling. But this line hold is the whole time. So that's what takes strength. And usually when we get tired, most people, they either lean forward or they rock back. Either one is going to affect backs, hips. You're going to feel it all down in that lower leg. Okay, I'm going to get right into it. So I'm going to just do a unassisted squat. Body weight's in the ball of the foot. You should be able to wiggle your toes. Line is up, staying lifted, right? And the first action is my hip is going to go back and then down. I'm going to give you a muscle activation. I want you to pull your stomach in. And then when you get to the bottom of the squat, press your feet into the ground and squeeze your glutes, really lifting up. So pull your stomach in, squeeze your glutes. Pull your stomach in, squeeze your glutes. What's working on the way down is gravity, right? So in order to resist gravity a little bit, I'm using pull my stomach in, but I'm allowing gravity to let me drop. When I sense I'm down at the bottom, I press into the ground with my feet and I squeeze the glutes and lift. So I'm always feeling lifted. Pull your stomach in, squeeze your butt, and you see how I lift it up. Now, if you struggle with squats, and a lot of people do, use a chair, right? Just get a chair and get something to hold on to. So now, pull your stomach in, squeeze your glutes. Right when you feel the chair. So like as soon as I feel body weight on my glute, hips. So pull your stomach in, squeeze. See, activate that glute to respond. As soon as it feels the tension of the chair, squeeze the glute. So then you're pulling your stomach in, squeeze the glute. See, and I'm holding on. I want you to feel how good a squat should feel. And this is important. Very similar to running. People used to tell me, squats are bad for your knees. And I'm like, no, they're not. It's how you squat. If you leave your line lifted and you pull your stomach in and you squeeze your glutes, you should not feel your knees. So if I'm feeling my knees, I should say to myself, self, I need to get my chair, I need to get a doorway or something, lift up. Are you in a really good position? Take your ankle, put it behind the knee, see? Bring this back. Really get yourself in a good position. Lift up. And then squeeze the glutes. Pull the stomach in. Squeeze the glutes. Learn that muscle activation because then you can pull your chair back, right? And then keep hanging on. Pull your stomach in. Squeeze your glutes. You'll get a little deeper. Ideally, we do the crease of the hip below the knee. That's where you want to get to. But most important initially is, can you feel the muscle activation? And then you can let go. And then now I'm like, okay, now I know what it's supposed to feel like. So I'm going to make sure I'm set up correctly. Now I can do my set of 5. Let's do 5 squats. Pull your stomach in, squeeze. Exhale as you come up. So So you see, you're really working on holding your line, pulling my stomach in, squeezing my glute. I have a job to do. The more comfortable I get with that movement, then, like I said, the more comfortable you get sitting and standing and even just walking because of that strength in the hip, especially when you lift. This is what you want for walking and running, all right? So that's your squat. Then I'm gonna give you one more, and this is called a plank. I'm gonna give you two things. It's a plank, but we're gonna move the plank. What does that mean? So when you're running, right, the plank hold is there. Remember I said at the beginning, the hardest part of running is holding this, holding your head in line. This is the hardest, honestly, physically hard. The pull itself, you have to do all the time. Physically, though, it's not that hard. So the challenge of holding that is challenging. That's why that core strength is so popular. So we are going to do a plank where this is a hold, but our arms and legs are moving, just like when you run. All right, so you're gonna come down on all fours, just like this. You can stay on all fours, by the way, no problem. What we're gonna do is called a shoulder tap. So you're gonna tap opposite shoulder to opposite chest. And I want you to lift through the hip, okay? I'm gonna do full plank. So I'm gonna get into a full plank position. Notice my knees are nice and soft, and shoulder tap. You can stay right here if you need to. So we're gonna do 10 taps, and then I want you to do 10 hand to foot. See? So I'm just bringing my hand to meet my foot. This is great for coordination. This is great for core strength, and this is great for that arm-leg coordination and balance you need for your run. Okay, so if you needed to stay on all fours, by the way, for the hand to foot, you just do one side, see? Hand to foot. So always, always modify as needed. But you see, I just did a set. It was 5 and 5, and then a set of squats. You can do strength training after a run. You can do it on a day you're not running. You know, you just need to get it done. That's what's important. We've got a bunch of workouts, by the way. If you go to our YouTube channel, we've got our RunRX Reboot. So a bunch of workouts. Of course, if you come into the membership, not only will I give you workouts, I'll watch your form. It's so important, just like with running. Anyway, if you give those squats a try or these exercises, let me know. I'm really appreciating the questions and comments. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you already have, if you haven't, please do, and share if you can. Trying to get all the runners out there stronger and running pain-free. Have a great run, guys. Thank you.